So if you guys are watching this video, it means our ban list still has not dropped. That's a damn shame. What's going on, you guys? Slim here with a new video for you guys today. And yeah, I know, no ban list, so no deck profiles, because imagine me uploading a deck profile for the format and it just gets bodied by the list and the list is completely irrelevant. And it was a waste of time. So instead of doing that, I think we're going to take things to the other spectrum. We're going to talk about the decks that are safe from the ban list. We're going to talk about what I feel are 5 decks that will completely dodge the ban list, avoid getting hit on the ban list, and you can still play them in their full capacity going forward. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell. You guys will be notified whenever I upload. You'll also be notified when I stream over here, as well as on Twitch. Links are in the description. While you're down there, consider joining my ever-growing Discord community. We just have a lot of awesome fun over there. If you guys want to purchase any of these cards to build any of these decks that I talk about, and I always suggest you do, because you know you always want to have a deck for the format and you definitely want something that is ban list proof, please use my CCG player links in the description below. A portion of what you spend goes back to the channel, helps me out, I really do appreciate it. And last but not least, if you want to further support me in the channel, consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button or becoming one of my Patreons. With all that out of the way, you guys, 5 decks that will not get hit by the ban list. I 100% feel these decks will be safe. I know a couple channels have brought up multiple lists. I wanted to have a couple that are the same, but some that are definitely different that I feel will definitely survive the list. So I'm going to start at number 5, and it's Shuttles. And I swear, I think Shuttles just makes every one of my lists. It makes the competitive budget decks, it makes the rogue decks, it makes like all these different lists every time, and for good reason. Shout out to my boy Pack, of course, because, you know, he's playing the Building on a Budget series that he made with Shuttles. He's been tearing it up. He's just been doing amazing. He's topping with the list. Like, it's absolutely crazy. He's shown what Shuttles can do with just the structure decks. And let's face it, what the hell would they hit in Shuttles? People would say, oh, they might hit Schism. To what? What, you're gonna ban Schism? No, they're not. They're not going to hit any of those cards. Wind is not going to get touched. None of those cards are going to get touched. Most of the Shuttles decks, unless it's like pure Shuttles, only play 1 Schism. So literally, there is nothing they can hit, honestly. Like, I think that deck is completely safe. Now, I'm not just talking about if you want to play Shuttles with Invoked. I'm talking about if you just play straight up Shuttles, you play the, you know, the trap cards like Pack plays, you play all that stuff, the deck is going to be insane going forward. And especially if VFD and all these other cards that will potentially get hit on the ban list are gone, Shuttles are going to be even better. That deck is just insane. Like, have you seen how much pluses they get off of cards like Torrential Tribute? Have you seen them plus off Dino Miscus? The deck is so good, and it's such a great budget option, and it's just amazing that you can play a deck like this going forward. So I definitely have it at number 5. Honestly, I think it's like one of the best decks to possibly come around in a long time and be revived again after all these years, in a deck that you can play in this format. You can play it on a budget. You can up your budget if you want to make the deck more competitive, but however you look at it, Shuttles are here to stay. So that's what I have coming in at number 5. At number 4, I've got Prank Kids. Again, a deck that basically makes every list, the budget list, the competitive rogue list, all these different lists, because Prank Kids just are that good. Hanko Chow once again proved what you can do with the deck, and I think Prank Kids is amazing. There's nothing to hit in Prank Kids. There's just not. Instant Fusion's been at 1 for the longest time. Some of the decks don't even play Polymerization. Like, literally, all the Prank Kids cards are safe. They're not going to touch any of them. They're not going to touch anything in the extra deck. They're literally not going to touch anything on the Prank Kids deck, because while the deck is very good, it just hasn't been performing as well as some people would want. You'll have the occasional tops here and there, like I mentioned, Hanko's tops, and you'll have other players that perform with the deck very well at the local level and other levels, but it just, you don't see the deck as much. It's not heavily represented, so for those reasons, it's for sure going to avoid the ban list. It's still an amazing deck. I highly suggest you guys pick it up. It's not that expensive. I don't even think Prank Kids Place is as expensive as it was before. There was that time when they were like 20 plus. I don't even think it's at that point anymore. So I think the deck is safe. Deck is so strong at what it does. The 1-card combos, I mean, you literally have 12 1-card starters. Like, that's so ridiculous. Like, how could you not enjoy this deck? It also has a very high ceiling. It rewards the player for playing it correctly, and I think it's a deck we're going to see sticking around for a very long time, and maybe we will see more representation going forward. I think that is the only thing that is holding Prank Kids back, is its lack of representation, but I think as more players tend to pick it up, as more players give the deck a chance, it will definitely be performing at higher levels, and I look forward to it, because I think Prank Kids is just a really awesome deck. Next for you guys, I actually have Phantom Knights, and Phantom Knights are no freaking joke. I played against multiple of them already, and wow is all I can say. The boards they can put out are actually insane. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Slim, they just play Dragoon. Yes and no. Yes, Dragoon, of course they'll play it if they have the opportunity to. 2 monsters make a Verde, 2,000 points, I got a Dragoon in addition to everything else, why wouldn't you? But let's face the fact that Phantom Knights combined with Burning Abyss monsters literally can do so much. You literally can make Rusty Bardiche, you literally can set your Phantom Knight trap cards, you get your constant recursion with your Phantom Knights engraved, you basically play out of the graveyard as well. The deck is so strong and it does so many great things. Just watching them resolve Breaksword is insane. Like, they resolve Breaksword, pop one of your cards, pop the Breaksword, the 2 guys come back, like they just keep going and going and going. And I think the deck has limitless potential going forward. I don't think any cards are going to get hit on it. Rusty was brought back for a reason. They're not going to re-ban it because it's not broken like it was when it needed to be banned when Orcus was abusing it. Now I think the deck is going to settle into more of a just, you know, kind of like a rogue competitive deck that will continue to climb up on the tier. And like I've mentioned with these other decks, as soon as cards like VFD, as soon as decks like Drytron and other decks get checked, this deck will definitely see more representation. It'll also continue to do better because it won't have to stare down a VFD or other, you know, problematic cards that can ruin the deck's day. So huge shout out to Phantom Knights and Burning Abyss. Obviously, I don't know, like, you know, if every deck plays Burning Abyss with the Phantom Knights. I know that sometimes they use a small engine, sometimes they use a big one, but neither here nor there. I think Phantom Knights is going to be amazing going forward. Coming in at number 4, I actually have Unchained. Now, this is probably the one where everyone's just going to have a WTF moment. I am a big believer in that deck, and I say this because I have watched Coder, I have watched Bear Bear, I've watched my boy Gage, I've watched so many different players take the time to learn Unchained. And while the deck doesn't seem to be that great by most players' standards, it cannot be denied what the deck can do in the hands of the right pilot. The monsters just float forever. They're the best floating deck in the game. They can play a bunch of trap cards. They can do a lot of crazy things. They can play a bunch of hand traps. And I think that the deck has just been unfortunate for the fact that it's just not favored well in, you know, said format. But once VFD is gone, once all these other things are taken care of, this deck will definitely be amazing, you know, going forward. And it's a deck that's it's not gonna get touched. Like, there is nothing they can hit in that deck. There's nothing they will hit in that deck. Not only that, they released the live chains as well. You can play the live twins along with the I think they call it live chains or whatever. Like, literally you can play the evil twins with the Unchained strategy, and it's amazing. I know most people are gonna think like this doesn't belong on the list, but trust me, give the deck a chance, try it out, pick it up. It's dirt cheap, like literally dirt cheap to pick up the deck, and I can guarantee you will not be disappointed. I think it's a very good deck in the hands of the right pilot, and just see what happens going forward in the format. I wanted to include it. I thought about including other decks, but then I realized, you know, I could have put dinos on here, but what if dinos get hit? I could have put other decks on here, but what if they do get hit? I have to think of every possible scenario, and I wanted to include decks that I full-heartedly believe are not going to get hit on the ban list. So that's why I have Unchained at number 4. And last but not least, Birdup. I don't think Birdup's getting hit. I said it in how the best decks of the format will adjust if they do get hit. I can't think of a single card that'll get hit in Birdup except maybe Tenki. It's the reason I don't actually have Zodiac on here, because I believe they will be able to, you know, continue to be played regardless. But Tenki has been brought up by multiple players. I personally don't think it's going to get touched, but if it does, it's the only thing that would hit that deck, and it would only hit some of the consistency for the Tri-Brigade cards. But other than that, come on, it's one of the best decks of the format right now. Ending on the Wind Statue is crazy. The Samorg Link is already crazy. The deck is pretty, you know, just like so well seated. It can play a bunch of hand traps. I think the deck is very strong going forward, and it easily makes the #1 deck that isn't going to, you know, that is going to literally just dodge the ban list. I already brought it up before, but I have to bring it up again. It's definitely going to be up there in the top tier going forward, especially if the cards that we've predicted will get hit in any shape or form. If the decks we predicted will get hit, then this deck will definitely be one of the best decks going forward. And a little bonus one for you. And you guys, come here. You already know. You already know. Best deck that's not going to get hit by the ban list is pure Mech Knights, baby. You already know. Best deck. Shout out to Shannon Long. You already know. Best deck, not getting touched. But remember, there's only 11 of us that play the deck. I know the number keeps getting bigger. Every once in a while, we gain a new Mech Knight player. So now there's 11 of us. So definitely look forward to more Mech Knights going forward. I can't wait. I already know the deck is safe from the ban list. I just got to wait for the format to adjust. And I got you guys on a new hot, spicy list. But that's a video today, you guys. If you guys enjoyed, you guys know what to do. Give it one of these. Let me know your thoughts on any decks I definitely forgot. I only wanted to compile this into 5 5 decks. I'm sure there's plenty others that won't get touched. You can make the argument that dinosaurs will be safe too, but who knows? We really don't know. We really don't know. We don't have a list yet. So like I said, if you're watching this video, we still don't have a ban list, but please let me know down in the comments below what decks you believe are going to dodge the ban list, that are completely safe to play. You know, shout out to my boy Rogue Hero. He made a video like this. He mentioned Heroes, definitely a deck that I know people will put in the comments below, so definitely want to hear your reason as to why you feel the decks won't get touched going forward and how they can be competitive in the format. But that's everything for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.